Hello and welcome to another week of Academy Rush. If you're listening to this, my name is Pastry Time, and I'm covering Evil Geniuses Academy versus Cloud9 Academy today. It is week 4. As we've started flying through the weeks of Academy, it feels like, and surprisingly, both these teams not looking all that hot. Cloud9 Academy, the bastion, one of the strongest performing organizations in Academy since its inception, currently sitting at 2-4. Despite its promising new roster. And on the other side, Evil Genius is certainly struggling with some of their players having visa issues, but since the addition of Ander in place of Kadir and FLICKR, at least still temporarily in place of Giyu, they've actually been on quite a tear recently to bring the record back to 500. So excited here for this one. Quick rundown on the draft for you here. On the EG side, the bans were Elise, Lucian, Gragas, LeBlanc, and Akali. And on the Cloud9 side, Rumble, Set, Senna, Maud, and Syndra as a good hook there from Diamond. Going to give King a couple of autos. Looks like, kind of a delayed little poke there. Not a full invade on the Cloud9 Academy side. But just wanting to get some information, get the poke happening early. Definitely will be slightly chunked as he moves back into the lane. And delayed here, helping out Ander on the red, means that King and Diamond will be first to the wave. Diamond actually, with a bit of brush, they're going to go for another hook, perhaps. Again, definitely the target, proccing Guardian as well. So a bit of a window opened up to potentially play aggressive. They will be, of course, first to level 2 here in this 2v2. And for King and Diamond, I think a good early start is helpful here, especially if they can convert some of that level 1 aggression or pressure into the jungle into a 2v2 kill. Because King, for all the promise he had as a player, has not been playing particularly well in these opening weeks, as we do have a pause. So King has been playing remote for quite a while, and is still doing so. Have to imagine there is maybe some latency difficulties there, but still a player that we'd expect to be quite a bit better so far. So with Diamond, of course, the only stalwart left from the original Cloud9 Academy roster, or at least their roster from last split. With his new AD, has not been looking all too hot, and definitely Matt on the other side have been looking quite good. Definitely Matt, of course, have played at the LCS before, so maybe expected to be a bit more higher caliber than some of the other laners, but still certainly not a 2v2 you would expect to just smashingly go in favor of EG. But they've been off to a pretty good start themselves, and again, their new additions in Ander and FLICKR have been awfully good in kind of reigniting this team and bringing their record back up to a nice even keel. So certainly going to be watching the 2v2 here between King and Diamond through a lot of this laning phase. Otherwise, the draft, the picks have actually shaken out pretty standard. On versus GP, something we're starting to see quite a bit more. Fudge has actually been on duty an awful lot, which I'm a little bit surprised by, given how what a promising young player he is. Has basically gone, at least in Oceania, from their equivalent of Academy into OPL, and now into Academy here in North America. So certainly a player I think we maybe had our eyes on. This is his 4th on game. So started off with 3 straight and revisited the champion after a departure to Set, GP, and Mordekaiser. Champions that have been certainly popular in Set's case since his introduction into the game. GP and Mord, though, just pretty solid champions. But Fudge back on duty this go round. Will be up against Brandini's GP. Again, this was the counter pick. GP already their last few picks here. On actually picked 4th, and I think for me on the draft, the most interesting aspect was the fact that Akali was banned so late. It's actually the last ban on EG's side, so makes sense not wanting to give it away. Hadn't picked their mid laner yet, but didn't really want to give Palafox the opportunity to take it. But normally we'd see teams snap up Akali very quickly if she's not banned in phase 1. In fact, I can only recall one other time in Academy, at least that I've seen, where that champion was let through, and it was picked up very quickly by 100 Thieves, and Soligo piloting very well to kind of take over that game. So kind of an interesting wrinkle in the draft, having that champion fall so late. Also curious to see 2 assassins banned in phase 2 there for EG. But otherwise, Really just shaking up pretty standard. The typical power picks banned away. Typical champions picked across these roles. Syndra, I guess, the only other one that's somewhat interesting. Kind of curious to see her build back up as a champion. But has been very popular, especially here in Academy. Just pretty safe blind pick champion. Does help block Orianna, which is another popular mage. Do feel like mid lane could probably have a bit more diversity in it. If you caught the LCS last weekend, you may have seen Bjergsen's on mid. That's certainly a champion that has flexed around a lot, actually, these days. But of course, in the top lane here for Fudge. As pause still ongoing. So we are. And just as I say that, we are back in the game. So we'll see how this 2v2 is going to play out. Definitely, again, has a life stolen / regen a decent amount of that health. But King with the Calibrum trying to keep him back. Kind of playing the early lane with his weapons nice and far forward, given that, again, they were first to the wave. And of course, definitely Matt will have to give up the wave here as it pushes in, but we'll now be able to collect the CS under the tower. Demolish looking to get procced. Diamond going to charge it up and slaps it down. So a good early bit of aggression here in the 2v2, but we'll see if that kind of bears anything as the laning phase continues. And Nori here on the right side of mid. FLICKR pushed fairly far up with a wave in a no good spot. So Orianna can play fairly back on the wave, but Palafox is going to get aggressive, and now FLICKR knows the jungler's in. Insta-flash knock-up into the Drowsy, and that's such a speedy first blood. Very well played on the Cloud9 side, and FLICKR just should not have been there. Had his flash, had his heal, and Honori just went straight for it as Palafox picks up the redemption, heals himself and Honori up a little bit more, but most importantly pushes the wave very quickly. So minions will crash into the tower. Honori actually continuing to be aggressive here in the middle of the map. Does take the Scuttle Crab away. Going to go for double Scuttle perhaps there on the other side as well as he tunnels back in towards his jungle. But Honori, another player certainly to keep our eyes on, had a pretty good looking scouting grounds, but was a surprising pickup for Cloud9 Academy fairly late into the off-season. And has honestly been pretty hot and cold. Certainly not the player that exploded into the LCS on Phoenix 1 all that time ago. But I think this team did need time to gel together. I think they are better than their 2-4 record shows. But certainly have been pretty slow going as far as developing into the threat that seems like they could be. When we saw this roster on paper, Fudge and Brandini doing battle, understandably. Ornn is losing the 1v1. Just going to build a quick health crystal there. Oh no, and the cloth armor, sorry, already had the crystal. He's, you know, a little unhappy. Has to collect a lot of this CS under the tower. It's going to get harassed by GP barrels, but Fudge can get most of this. He'll actually be ahead on CS. Brandini has built up quite a big wave here. Fudge doing nicely on lots of different ways he can last hit under the tower. We'll miss a couple here and there. But as you can see, already even on CS and actually going to go one up ahead of Brandini. Although the next wave is already crashing in. Fudge is not out of the woods yet. Oh, missing the knock up there, just barely out of range. Auto attack on the barrel will get missed time, but Brandini didn't have a second barrel to follow up on. Still Fudge a little low now. Does have the spellbook here in top lane, which could help if he wanted to get aggressive, but probably wants to use that TP pretty swiftly here to get back into the lane. As Palafox continuing to burn through that mana, try and push out here. Again, chasing in, Bubble gonna miss, and now the other one on the side, and Palafox low on mana. Did drink a charge of his potion, so did get some back. I imagine running Time Warp Tonic. Maybe it was a biscuit he ate. Regardless, whatever it was, bit of extra mana still here for Palafox. As Ander will be spotted there on the control ward right side of mid. Spider Honori's great first gank. Again, a player that we will be watching here to, I think, have a better game here after 3 weeks of play. And I think still growing back into the competitive scene. Or at least the professional scene has been competing in the amateur leagues. It's actually how we qualified for Scouting Grounds at the end of last year. Now, apart from that first blood where FLICKR didn't even use a single summoner, it's been fairly quiet. Fudge looking for the solo kill. Ornn always seems to find the action early. Good knock up there into the Bellows Breath. Ignite was swapped over from the spellbook, so Brandini was in danger. But no flashes burnt on either side. Brandini holds his ulti, And ended with enough space here to take that Ocean Drake solo. Good shockwave there for 5-5, but he's going to fall asleep. Palafox returning fire, but he's kind of low here. Good route, though, into the double play from Diamond. Definitely low ignite and going to have to flash away. The hook, though, will land true on Matt, who's trying to dash back. It is Valentine's Day, so Rakan will make it back to Xayah safely. And no 2v2 kill there, although Diamond playing very well to follow up on King's initial route from the Gravitum gun, as Ander going to get invaded. And Nori, level 6, can get aggressive, has the smite ready to go. Ander does have his, but loses the battle as another hook lands. The stun is good. Matt dances away once again, but here comes Nori, ultimate at the ready. Diamond going to walk forward. Nori can sense that they're moving back away from the tower, so no dive will be forthcoming. A nice ward there, actually spotting the Rek'Sai, so definitely and Matt knew to get well and truly away from the tower. But that is going to give King and Diamond more space. Again, opening up a lead in the 2v2, starting with just a tiny bit of aggression they had at level 1. 15 CS ahead now for King and Diamond. A much better showing from this duo lane, who we did expect bigger things from. Giving definitely and Matt a hard time in the early 2v2. Fudge he'd already used his TP, as we saw earlier, after swapping over to Ignite for that attempted 1v1 kill. Brandini also has used his, so wanting to make sure he matches in the lane, and farming has been fairly even there. Gangplank, of course, will pretty consistently lie to you as far as gold numbers go, and does have that cull that he's looking to cash in, still a little ways away from that on Brandini's side. So GP farming away, but Ornn doing the same, as Fudge may have to get out of this 2v1 that EG have swapped into. This is a very standard swap towards this side for the Rift Herald, but 4 strong here for Cloud9. Over a ward though, Fudge ready with the ulti in just a second. And off we go. Call the Forge God, and Ori with a follow-up. Very good play on Deftly, and that's a kill. Deftly, no ulti, I believe, is only level 5. A hook follows up. Diamond going to get the follow-up onto Matt. And a beautiful setup there for Cloud9 to get 2 kills in top lane. Brandini going to do what he can, tries to demolish some plates off the tower. The Herald will go over to Cloud9 Academy, and Honori's kind of on fire. You can see why they took the Rek'Sai so early in the draft. It was one of their first 2 picks, alongside the Aphelios there for King. But so well played, looking significantly more coordinated. Almost 2,000 gold ahead. Should be better than that if they can get this Herald and get more plates. Diamond though in trouble. Good shockwave attempted there from Fire. Do like Matt using his Rakan movement aggressively to try and set the ball up. And as you can see, definitely just digging over level 6 as well, so did not have it for that dive earlier. Very well set up for Cloud9. Spud just on point with that Ornn ultimate, extremely well timed. And Diamond, I mean, we know that almost every support in North America has the Thresh ready in the back pocket, bringing it out here in a much more dominant early game for Cloud9. Just a better showing overall. Did have a pretty good run against Dig last week, so Cloud9 Academy have certainly been building up in strength. But it's nice to see them just feel a little bit more crisp as a team. Still, EG don't have too much to worry about right now. Yes, 2,000 gold is significant, but they've gotten the first Drake. Everyone's farming fairly well. You can see a decent lead for Palafox in mid as he collects the blue. Got 10 there in mid and 10 for the ADs, as well as King also has maintained his lead. With both mids having blue buff, we'll have to see where they want to look to go effect next. Have to imagine they want to leave these lanes if they can. Top lane certainly a target that looks enticing. Well, the ultimates are ready now for both Xayah and Rakan. So Inori with the Rift Herald just going to escort it in. Moonlight Vigil out, going to force the ulti from Deftly. Not sure what gun King had, but it was scary enough for Deftly to not want to get Gravitum. That's probably what it was. Rift Herald charge, going to be almost enough to take down the tower. A couple more autos needed. Ander here, but he's far too late. Ooh, actually the tower going to stay alive for longer. Good Zonya's there for Fire, but Fudge everywhere right now. A great shockwave though, and that's going to be the outplay. No! Into stasis goes Palafox. Fudge going to chase in, and it's just played a little too well. Fudge slays Fire. He made it close, but Cloud9 with another successful dive. They take the tower in top as well. And just denying that first kill to EG. Stopwatch mayhem in the mid lane. Oh, Palafox, I just noticed he doesn't have one. So he picked up Fire's stasis in that dive. Tricky Trickster Zoe picking up the watch. And just making that outplay. What a stellar performance there in mid lane. Has to be frustrating for FLICKR, but now Palafox just shooting ahead in this lane. About 15 CS ahead, so 2 and a bit waves. Has the Ludens already completed. Yes, he has the brown boots, but doesn't really need anything much more significant than that right now, as Fudge is going to get this Drake started. In fact, it's just that one Ocean that's keeping Cloud9 out of perfect game territory. But still, they'll take the clean sheet on kills and structures for now, as they continue to launch ahead in gold. About 2,500 ahead for now. Going to get that first Mountain Drake as well, and Redemption picked up by Palafox in mid. As that will be the Cloud Soul this go around. Bit of extra speed. Soul not bad. Kind of like it on Zoe, who always has her ulti and always wants movement speed. But EG going to have to settle in for some defensive posturing. It's been just very clinical dives here for Cloud9 Academy. Again, Inori teaming up with all these lanes actually. Had the mid lane to start things off. Now he's gone top to help out the 2v2. In fact, he's here again. Creeping into this top brush. Diamond also going to play forward. Essence Reaver already completed for King, so has that lead naturally built up. As Inori will be spotted here on this ward. But Cloud9 continuing to sweep out the vision. Invade in, not quite as deep as they may have liked to go. I remember they also have those cloud zones to move through. Inori just playing security detail right now as he clears out the vision. Inori wants to go in. Good shockwave though from FLICKR into the recombo from Matt, and that will be a shutdown. Orianna going to collect a healthy chunk of gold as Palafox returns fire onto Ander. Big chunk on the other side there as well, but not enough to get a trade kill. As Brandini continues to farm up here against Fudge, he's 34 CS away from cashing in on that cull. EG starting to fight back. As a look mid again, Palafox clearing out the wave, but that control ward, I think the one that got Inori killed, continuing to be there. Also a nice ward there, will spot Palafox recalling, but King is going to rotate into mid anyway to collect that. But just playing with a bit more respect in the 1v1 as Brandini is getting closer to that Trinity Force, and every barrel really does hurt. But still would much rather be roaming around, setting things up. We'll cancel the back there for Brandini. King playing very far forward at this point. Not really afraid of FLICKR with no flash and no heal. And with Diamond roaming around, has the Mobies on. With Inori consistently playing around these lanes at very good timings, and just the vision really not here in this left side river. You can see it's lit up on the Cloud9 side. Diamond is zooming around in the Cloud Zone? Cloud Speed Shrine? Go with Cloud Zone. Able to clear out that vision nice and quickly. Second Herald will be up in a couple minutes. Drake also in 210 for that first Cloud, as Diamond looking for the hook, does nail it onto Ander. Inori into the knock-up. Easy chase if they want it. Don't want to go too far forward. Diamond flashed in with the play and the ignite. King over the side, can't quite reach. Moonlight Vigil out, Shockwave gonna miss. Diamond with a great stopwatch from Palafox in the play cleanup. Here comes Fudge in there with a call of the Forge Goddess. FLICKR will fall. And Cloud9 can put barely any steps wrong as King also just smashing shots into Brandini. That turret there combining with the sniper rifle for the extra long range. And make it 2 or 3. I think 2 there for Cloud9 Academy. As they just descend upon the area they cleared the vision out of. And now Inori will move back in for that Rift Herald. Yes, the Triforce is completed for Brandini, but right now he's busy playing wave clear up against this Zoe. Inori just all the free time he'd ever need to take this objective once again. Palafox with the bonus flash. Starts to skip over the wall with it. And help Inori do the objective just a little bit faster. King also going to get a recall cancelled. Or maybe it was just hiding there to try and get some poke down. Does have Infernum and Gravitum right now. Was maybe trying to set up for a lockdown combo with Diamond once again. And we're also clearing up vision here on the right-hand side. You can see 2 well-placed control wards there. Matt's actually guarding one right now. So the vision setup here is good for EG if they want to contest for this Cloud Drake. Blue buff though over to Palafox as Cloud9 should have enough time here to reset and get back out on the map to at least clear this vision and try and contest. FLICKR though left unattended in the bot lane. Will equalize the turret score. I think Cloud9 actually a little bit sloppy back out on the map after the great team fight on the left side of mid where they collapse onto EG. So they will be late to this Drake. They have no vision right now. Palafox is forward, looking for a bubble, just missing onto Ender. Fudge also here ready with the ulti, so Cloud9 Academy might just go for a Rift Herald channel to mid, and Ori going to try and run the distraction here. And Cloud9 ready to collapse, and this will give them space for vision. Palafox missing that follow-up bubble. Cloud9 can't hit the tower. King gets a couple shots in there with the Graviton, but needs to finish it off. Not enough space, though, to do so, as Shelly will fall. And now Cloud9 will move back over to clear that vision out, finally. Cookie is going to miss on the Brandini, and Nori posturing forward against Ander. They'll clear the vision. They don't have the wave priority, but they're just going to try and rush the Drake here instead. Fudge, again, just playing offensive linesman, trying not to let anybody in. Gets a knock up there. Palafox poking over the wall. And Nori, though, pulled back with a shockwave. Lantern is down, but he flashes instead. Here's Fudge. Lining it up, does get a field goal, but not the knockups he may have wanted. As Cloud9, I wonder if they'll continue here. They will aggro the Drake again. But this is looking a little messy. Palafox, yes, he can try and fire away and soften up these targets, but not really hitting anyone in this position. Drake, though, is continued by Cloud9, so they are going to force here. And it goes Drowsy. They get the Drake. Palafox looking for the chase. Does get Matt. Good proc of the Guardian there to protect Ander's health. So they lose a decent amount of minions to the tower here in mid. They lose a little bit of the health on the turret as well, but no objective trade there capable for EG, and no kills on either side. So all in all, despite I think coming a little late to that objective, drop the Herald, Cloud9 making just enough space, and they do get themselves the first of possibly many Cloud Drakes. If you're on the Cloud9 side, they hope it's the first of 3, so they go up 2-1 in Drakes. King also gets a decent amount of gold not currently spent. Felt like you haven't gone back to base in a while. He's trying to finish off mid though. I can understand the priorities. And we'll actually just tank a few tower hits there. And does get it down. I believe drop the tower just to get a little bit of extra damage going. Cloud9 still though staying aggressive. Sweeping out the vision here. Diamond doing a very good job of teaming up with his jungler, of getting vision down. King also chunking out FLICKR from just a horrifically long range. And looking for the engage. Onto Diamond we go. Flays down. Guardian procs. Into stasis he goes, and Diamond is left out to drive FLICKR. Again, going to claim the kill. Moonlight Vigil. Owl, he's called the Forge God. Fudge going to line it up, and Ander almost going to get himself assassinated by the Praise Seeker. King, though, going to make Matt not so lucky as Palafox nailed him with the bubble, and now Brandini way too far in the back lines. Absolutely should not be there as Nori hunts him down with the ulti. Make it 2 for 1. As Diamond will happily trade his life away for the enemy top laner and support. Good shockwave though for FLICKR. Still had it King low, but playing far forward, he's just going to try and get aggressive with it. Palafox just snaps off Jeffley's health bar there, and he's still going. No more bubble to fire. FLICKR though going to get dove perhaps here. Smited. Slowed down just a little. Palafox trying to land at the paddle star. There's the bubble. Fudge goes in, and they're able to get the trade kill, and FLICKR not dead in the bubble. Fudge now way too far forward himself, and it's quite the celebration here under the tier 2 in mid. Fudge, see you later. Matt's gonna grab it. Somebody please, please. There we go. The flag for Ander finishes it off. And it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. Couple kills traded there as Cloud9 go a little too far on that play. But still, they maintain their advantage. 2,500 gold ahead. I can see why they wanted more. I like the aggression of King and Palafox. They knew if they got more kills, they could push down the tier 2, open up more space, extend their lead. Instead, they throw a little bit of gold back over to Cloud9. But not something to worry about right now. See if that changes in the future. EG also scaling up. Andini with that Triforce working on, looks like Essence Reaver. That's the next item. GLP and Deathcap almost done for FLICKR in mid as well. It is definitely where the struggles have been in the 2v2. You can see King still up about that 15 CS mark. And King with a Molten Edge. Now finished thanks to his buddy Fudge. Making those weapons just a bit shinier. And joined in with that Essence Reaver. Could see why he was holding on to gold for so long. In fact, Fudge hasn't even upgraded one of his other items. I believe Ornn has to wait until a certain level where he can upgrade his allies' items. So Fudge just not having that completion means that he's just lost himself a little bit of gold efficiency. But I don't believe that he could have given King that Molten Edge any earlier. So it looks like Fudge has just not had time to spend his money. Which I can understand, given how much action there's been. Cloud9, though, continuing to just move through the enemy jungle, try and get that vision down, looking for picks almost whenever they can. Again, it has been Diamond. And Fudge really starting off a lot of these fights. Inori 4-1 and 2 as well. Black Cleaver and Warrior already done. And although not looking too bad on the other side, Stoneplate and Cinderhulk. Very different philosophies as far as this jungle itemization goes. Actually not too far behind, despite Inori's good-looking scoreline. We'll turn our attention, though, to this next Cloud Drake up in 15 seconds. Cloud9 Academy, though, not interested, apparently. Wanting to keep pushing mid-wave out for now, open up a bit more space. Make sure they have the area zoned out properly. Just wailing away on these minions. Cloud9 will move in for this second Cloud Drake. Inori already on it. Should be able to take it by himself. In fact, he better be. Bot lane decided to go recall. It seems like EG just not interested in contesting for this Drake, so that does give space for the recalls. FLICKR again continuing on his rampage in the side lanes. Taking yet another tower. In fact, he's taken both of the towers that Evil Geniuses have killed this game. Cloud9 still holding on to that small lead, but the death cap is now done for the Orianna. Plenty of ways for them to get back into this game with just one fight on their terms. Has been Cloud9 engaging so many of these skirmishes. It doesn't take much with Jarvan and Orianna. Of course, plenty of good backup with the GP and the Xayah. They just pick off a couple key targets with all 5 flashes up there. See if they can try and pick off one of the key members of Cloud9 Academy. Road buff over to Deathly in the meantime. Still working on his second item, but probably not too far away at this point. Looks like he's going to go back, so has something to go shop for. Also, my thoughts on Fudge not having his second item were accurate. He has now, of course, finished it. And going to upgrade the Black Cleaver as well there for Inori. So those on items starting to creep out across the team. As Palafox getting that top wave pushed, it is attention turned to Baron now for Cloud9 Academy. But again, just playing very patiently. And a little bit more space here in mid. Again, just trying to play it fairly clinical. They can threaten this tier 2 tower. This is the one they basically overdove for earlier. A lot easier to manage these waves, open up space and get yourself onto the Baron. Also can't have Fudge in the side lane for too long because 1v1 on not so hot. Not bad, just he's not going to take over a side lane like say a Fiora would. Good route there onto Matt though. King has been shockingly precise with his routes. Not to mention, not to say that Diamond and Palafox aren't pulling their fair share of the CC train as well. It's been really cool to see King having a better game, to be honest, but using Aphelios' toolkit quite nicely. And a lot of different Gravitum bits of harassment here, actually. He's going to throw a couple of Infernum bullets down that wave. Good for Palafox there on to the Orianna, and not in time there for Matt. Did not proc Guardian. I think he got the shield onto FLICKR. The Guardian may be on cooldown as a result, but still a decent chunk of damage there for the Zoe. Cloud9 Academy maybe trying to split 3 different objectives. Fudge is mid lane holding down the fort. They're going to collapse onto Baron, so Cloud9 trying to make this kind of quick. Randini is bot lane, but he's got TP and the ulti. They've found out now, though, what's going on. Drowsy there for Palafox again. Gonna poke Matt down this time. Scarily low for that squishy Rakan. Evil Genius just kind of want to fight. The GP holders out, though. Inori early into the stasis. That might be a mistake. They're going to go for it. They get the jungle shutdown, and Inori cannot be happy about that, but still a good double knock-up for Fudge. Means that maybe Cloud9 Academy could have found something, but instead they have to reset. Evil Genius has now control of the map for 30 seconds, while Inori is still dead. Just broke that stopwatch at the wrong time. That's a tough one. Just such a good early game here for the Rek'Sai. Gives the kill away outside Baron when they're trying to bait for it. Including a little bit of shutdown gold as well. Still, Cloud9 have to keep strong in this game. Still doing well. Still have that gold lead. Actually, that gold lead is shrunk massively. I misread those second numbers. 600 gold ahead now for Cloud9. They will have the Drake Soul to lean on, so still ahead in this game, but this just felt like Evil Genius have done a great job holding on. Just punishing the mistakes that Cloud9 are making. And now they'll be first to this Drake pit. 40 seconds until it's up. Cloud9 going to have to do the work they just did to get vision around Baron. Bubble shooting out through the terrain there for Zoe. Evil Geniuses, they're not afraid of starting fights now. You can see how much more confident they are. Even in the face of this Ornn and all these pick tools and this Zoe throwing bubbles over walls. I mean, Fudge will go in if he finds a good opportunity, but as far as straight up 5v5 team fights go, certainly Cloud9 Academy would rather poke them down and then finish off the fight, but EGA are happy to take a straight-on brawl with his Jarvan and Orianna. So we'll see this jostle back and forth. Cloud Drake is up. Cloud9 sneak into the side for it. They are going to start a King, going to get the party going. EG, though, very quickly ready to contest. Not soon enough for Drake. Oh, goodness! And rocks into the pit and just takes it away. Now Cloud9 maybe going to have to force the fight. Fudge gets a two-man knocker. Palafox in. Shockwave finds two, though, on the other side. And King going to get done. Diamond going to peel him off. It's King able to save himself for a little while longer, but definitely finishes off the job in back as Brandini flash into the backline as Inori is trying to find the fight as well. Low, but not out of it yet. Into Brandini he goes, straight to the parlay. The bubbles, though, still coming out. Definitely low, will now die. It's an absolute massacre here outside the Drake pit. Fudge fighting on. The only one left with really much heart in it. He's going to get the knock up there into Brandini with a lovely placed pillar. Palafox trying to extend, does miss the paddle star in onto Matt. Fudge though still chasing, that's going to stop it though, but Matt now the next target. Palafox in, Ignite is down, Electrocute procs, and that's enough. Brandini now in a 1v2 that I'm not sure he can win. Fudge going to try and do it himself. Here's Palafox, looks for the Q, the minion though, pesky minion going to block it. Maybe not quite enough range. Brandini has to avoid the walls here. Good slow, great bit of damage. The bubble extension is enough though, and Palafox finally completes a very delayed ace. But Ander keeping that soul away from Cloud9 Academy. Straight to Baron side we go as well. Not much time to rest between these objectives. These fights are getting really scrappy. Diamond face checking early for vision. Puts the box up. Here's Inori TP in as well from Fudge. Call the Forge God back off. Cooldown. Level 16 on. Inori onto Firefire instantly. Moonlight Vigil is real good. And Diamond leads the hook. Inori smites Firefire to finish it off. And Cloud9 quickly collapse to save their support and get onto Baron. Kind of the big threat is down. No Shockwave, no Orianna at all for 30 seconds. Inori though peels off the Baron onto Matt. He needs to be back in there to smite this. And it might steal another objective. Gonna get himself knocked off. Goodness, no! Zoe somehow got that. She may have had the smite, and Andy goes down. And Inori though dies as well. Cloud9, they must have had a smite because that seemed like such a ridiculous risk for them to try and take. But the chase is on. Cloud9 with the Baron, looking to try and end the game. A big barrel there for Brandini, and King is too far forward. No, he cuts out of it. Palafox gets the next one. Definitely goes down. Fudge again with an absolutely smashing on ulti. Will leave 4 alive for Cloud9 Academy, and now it's just Firefire back from the dead to try and defend. Palafox peeking over the walls with the portal jump. Will miss the trouble bubble. They're gonna maybe dive this again. Shockwave is out, but only hits 2. King, not enough damage to threaten the Aphelios. His lifesteal back up with the Severum, so they're gonna knock down the tier 2. They're gonna look for more here. They want at least to break here in mid if they can. They will likely not get the inhib unless they get another pick. So they'll take it. They'll posture further forward. In fact, FLICKR took so much damage there from King. Again, with the Crescendum Calibrum combination. Pokes down the Orianna enough to get the inhib without needing a kill. This man has been reading up. Has the Aphelios combos all learnt at this point. And finally, a little bit of, for me, literal breathing room. As we gear up for the Soul Drake once more in a minute 30. And I feel like neither team is having fights go the way they expect. You know, at least as far as how they start, certainly how they end. It is messy, fun, action-packed League of Legends. But the individual play from Palafox and Fudge especially, and King having, again, a significantly stronger showing than we have seen, at least in his early weeks on this team. Starting to see some of that talent being flexed here for Cloud9 Academy. Not for a lack of trying on the Evil Geniuses side. Remember, Cloud9 2-4 after the first 3 weeks, still hunting for those wins, still hunting for an even record, let alone a positive one. Fudge at it again, snipes by fire. No stopwatch ready, but a good block there from Matt. Sleepy he goes. And that's going to be a kill for an Ori. Good shockwave though, but doesn't quite tag the carries. And in go the rest of Cloud9 Academy. They get 1 kill, they fall back to the Drake. Cloud9 Academy not making it fancy right now as Ander does get put to sleep. No follow-up paddle stars, but again, just denying the jungler some health, canceling the back timing there for the J4. Cloud9 just want time to take this Soul Drake. Orange is eaten by Brandini as Ander is forced to stay. He was channeling the recall. I don't know if he intended to finish it. But it is risky to stay out. Oh, and Ori's found him. Assassination attempt. No ulti there. As Palafox just picks off FLICKR in translation. Fudge gonna keep everyone else at bay. Back to offensive linesman duties. And Palafox will get the Drake this time with a paddle start. No stolen smite necessary. Cloud9 get that Cloud Soul. The 4th overall Cloud Drake of the game. Back to the top side of the map they go. They've got the mid in here broken. They just need to get to work on the side lanes. Ander too far forward. Palafox, what a great bubble. No follow-up though. So he's the only one that can traverse through walls that easily. But still, again, chunking the jungler, forcing them back, staggering some of these defensive attempts. Cloud9 Academy decide that it's time to reset instead. Hoping they can maybe get another pick. Look to roll on for another tower instead. It's the Bloodthirst to finish for King alongside the Runen, so 4 full items there. The Death Cap upgraded to the Death Crown. Items are plenty for Cloud9 Academy. This lead built up to about 4,000 or 5,000. Again, given that we're getting late into this game, that gold difference will dip in effectiveness. But for now, Cloud9 with the Baron and the Cloud Soul still holding on to that strength, holding on to that lead. And I love this, just seeing them move through the jungle together. Whatever lane Fudge is trying to get going with the push, just complete and utter vision control, playing forward, playing aggressive for these picks. King and Diamond, they can see a couple. They see Brandini maybe a little exposed, but King just stepping so far forward here. In the face of a Rakan with ult and flash. That is some confidence for a man with only a flash, a heal, and a stopwatch to save himself. But again, Cloud9 Academy, they've just prevented EG from walking down anything but the longest way possible to this tier 2 tower, and they'll instantly assault it and crush it down. Baron still off, sorry. Didn't quite get too much done after they took it, because they were busy taking the Cloud Drake. But now with Baron coming back up in under 2 minutes. Cloud9 Academy back to that side of the map here. So willing to take fights, certainly willing to be aggressive, but not trying to be too reckless. We've had some spicy moments, to say the least, in a lot of these fights. But it's just deny the vision and bubble them for Cloud9 right now. They really don't have to do too much more. Palafox no blue buff, sad news for him. But Baron going to be started pretty much instantly for Cloud9 Academy, and it is getting shredded down. Fudge here again, ready to play defense. Not needed, GPL down, and Baron's over. Party's done, go home. Evil Geniuses. It's going to get 30 gold off a control ward. That's all they manage. Cloud9 Academy take the Baron, reset back down through mid we go. The inhib is ripe for the taking once more. Elder Dragon will be up in 2 minutes 45. We need another win condition for Cloud9 Academy to play to, and at this point, it is just about executing the final moments of this game cleanly. On the EG side, I've seen a lot of individual skill, a lot of good moments, but haven't seen the full-on 5v5 combo-laden team fight that you'd want to see out of this top side of the map in particular. FLICKR, well-placed shockwaves, but not fight-changing ones. And again, feels like he has to emergency engage because the fights aren't starting at the tempo that EG want to set. And Brodini, he's going for the crit build. He's got 2 extra cloaks there to back up the Triforce and the Infinity Edge. Although Triforces don't give crit anymore. Rip Triforce Yasuo. But he's going for the big barrels. So if he lands one, especially in tandem with FLICKR or Anda, fights can end very, very quickly. Cloud9 have done well. Diamond here onto Anda, looking for the hook. Gravitum Root is going to land, and Diamond just barely missing the angle there on that hook. Top tier 2 will probably be conceded pretty early here. I'm not sure EG are interested in defending the tower with maybe 2 autos worth of health left on it. Especially with the Baron buff here, they don't even need to do it themselves. They can just let the big cannon do it. Bubbles flying over, Fudge is flanking with the on ult ready. Cloud9, no reset. Palafox forced a flash. Good pressure there from Matt. Didn't even pop the ulti. Again, sped up by the Orianna. Anori on the flank. Fudge also ready. See if Cloud9 Academy want to close the trap. Bubble onto Matt. Fudge going to be the target, but not the target they want to leap onto. Moonlight Vigil, that's going to be a root. Follow up. There's the on ulti. Q going to miss there from Thresh, but Anda not so lucky. Flayed back and killed by Fudge. 5v4 now for Cloud9. Still with Baron buff, ticking away. No mid inhib. No tier 2 towers. Just the top and bot tier 3. Waves are in not the best spot. Top lane would be the one they could go to, but with 20 seconds up till the Elder Dragon is ready. Very different idea in mind here. In fact, that's almost perfectly syncing with Anda's spawn time. So EG gonna have to delay Cloud9 off the Drake at a minimum. See if they can maybe stop it altogether. Because Cloud9 are gonna start at 5 seconds after Anda's spawn, and I think EG are just giving it up here. No, they're going to turn back around. Palafox here going to get charmed up. Will get CC. Good shockwave. Palafox in stasis he goes. Cloud9 just trying to finish the Baron. Fudge with a 2-man knock. Zoe does fall. Cloud9 going to start the fight, and they've got the Elder ready to go. Brandini blasted down. The other side is King. Blast down FLICKR. Matt, see you later. King popping the dragon wings everywhere he goes. And it's only Anda left alive as Fudge TPs the top lane and says, let's get out of here. Cloud9 Academy. Just exciting set of fights, but they take the Elder, and King is just unrelenting today in his aggression as Anori completes the ace with the help of Elder Dragon. And they need a wave, so they'll help Fudge out in the top lane and escort the last few minions into the destruction of the enemy Nexus. Gonna be 3 and 4 as they knock down the final few turrets. Cloud9 Academy, maybe the corner has been turned. They'll pick up their win and take down EG.